Hey YouTube, Mark from Ultimate RC. I've got my F8F Bearcat 1.1 meter from Arrows out here. I want to get this on the channel. Really nice flying plane, although it did take I shouldn't say a lot, a decent amount of work to get it to where it needs to fly like this. Then it didn't even work. It's just trial and error to figure out how to get it to fly. This does require a larger battery. I'm flying a RC Batteries 3300 3S in this. It's a pretty big battery for this plane. I fly my E-flite 1.2 meter Warbirds on 3S with these batteries, so really helped with the nose weight. And the other thing is the elevator on this thing is kind of huge. And as a result, you can almost do like 3D stuff with this if you don't tame it down. So I actually have the travels down to 65% on the elevator, plus I'm using Expo. I'll see if I can look that stuff up and put that on the video at some point. And then I'm flying with a smart receiver and ESC. So I have telemetry on this. Thrust reverse if I want to program it in, but I can't on this one because this is a full house model with flaps. I don't have enough channels, but I do have an IX14 in my possession for a transmitter that I am working on getting my models on and setting up all my planes on. I use it predominantly for jets, but any full house plane that maybe I can use the thrust reverse on, though not really necessary on this plane, I'll probably put on it. And at some point I'd like to show the IX14 on the channel as well. Hopefully sometime this summer we'll get into that. But I wanted to get a flight on this. This is a really nice flying plane once you do get it set up right. It is probably one of the easiest Warbirds as far as, in my opinion, in regards to takeoffs, landings. It's not hard to do at all. I'm only flying here today because of the west wind. It's straight down the runway. Normally I fly this a lot at my normal venue over at the school with the curbs. The parking lot's 3 times this size. I don't ever have to worry about running into the curbs with this because it's just very well behaved. So let's get a flight up. Go. I go and say that, and look what it does. I may have just had a wind shift here. We were west, and now I'm very much southwest. All right, let's see if we can get it in. That's the thing with these Warbirds and a tail dragger, and especially this one does have a pretty big tail on it, so it grabs the wind on the. Because of the low angle, the P factor is not a big thing with this. I can get it to. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. It was a little breezy today for this plane. I did program in my own gains on this, and I've been tinkering with that. I think I got it fairly well locked in, but it's hard to tell on a day like today because, again, it is pretty breezy for this plane. We're probably got 7+ mile-an-hour winds. West-southwest, a 1.1 meter like this, and especially with the wing on this thing, it's a pretty big wing. But it's a pretty good flyer, pretty good beginner Warbird. The only bad thing about this plane is it's discontinued, which is too bad. I don't know why Arrows did that. I know people have complained about having to put larger batteries in this thing, but honestly, you get a longer flight time when you do, and it saves it, or it takes care of the problem as far as the plane being tail heavy. Could also add weight too, but why? Just put in a heavier battery. So it's a really nice plane to learn as far as like just tail draggers in general. It's probably one of my less challenging planes to tail draggers to fly. So hopefully they bring it back, because they've kept all their other 1.1 meter Warbirds that they have. The Corsair, the Mustang, the T-28 that they have. And then they had this, and why they stopped it, it's too bad. It's a nice looking plane. I like the livery on this. I can easily get probably like a 6-minute flight time flying this battery. We're going to try some takeoffs or some touch and goes here.
Gear down. Takeoff flaps.
The wind, I think we'll just use takeoff for, at least for the touch and goes here. Probably won't even need it for the landing. Probably getting a little bit of a south wind again. Yeah, a little breezy, but again, this plane just does really well. Down the runway here. That's full throttle, but that's against the wind. Not a speed burner by any means, but it's a nice flying plane for its size class. So if you have one of these and you're struggling with it, and again, I highly recommend the larger battery, and also the travel adjustment on the elevator. Even with that bounce and stuff, able to easily tame it down after the initial touchdown there. I'll probably try and get this, fly this on a calmer day and get some other footage of it, just to show you how easy this thing is to land. That being said, given the wind conditions, there we go. You might struggle with some of the Warbirds today with the crosswind I'm dealing with right now. P factor, so on and so forth, but
10, 9, 8.
when it comes around here, my timer's going up. Again, I typically fly this by telemetry. And my battery's getting a little low too here with flying against the wind. So we're gonna set up for a landing.
Gear down.
Bring it in. Cross breeze again. No problem with this plane. And except for that, plus the ability to turn it to the right. Normally I can just bring that right around, but yeah, I've got probably 45-degree crosswind all of a sudden. So, alright YouTube, well, I just wanted to get this in. Again, if you do have this plane, or you see this plane, somebody's trying to sell it, don't be afraid of getting it. Once you do a little tweaking, it's a great flyer. And again, I'll try to get another flight in much calmer conditions. One other thing I wanted to point out about this plane is the angle on this plane is very limited, so it makes for really nice taxiing. I don't know how scale that is, but honestly, I don't know how many people care about scale flying, at least in my echelon of flying of where I am. Someday maybe, but more care about how the plane handles and flies, and can I easily put it up in the air and go have fun with it. Like I say, that's what makes this plane a really great tail dragger trainer, not just a Warbird trainer. So it just handles really well. If you guys had any experiences with this plane, or anything that you've done to make it fly better, let me know in the comments below. I'd like to hear about it, and if I make some adjustments, I might take some of those recommendations into consideration. Again, I'll try and get my numbers up that I have as far as the gains on this that I'm flying with, and I actually have tuned it down from where it was originally, but today was not a good day to be showing that with the gusty winds that we have. So, but again, thanks for watching, YouTube. Mark with Ultimate RC, Arrows 1.1 meter Bearcat F8F. Like and subscribe.